Hello and welcome back to this Game 2 of rd2l Season 18 Playoff Games Quarterfinals. And it is Unregister versus Sev. It is Majestic Testicles, who didn't select our team, versus Salt Another Day. So far, Sev is up one game. Salt Another Day got kinda handled that first game. Can't really put it any other way. Tiny manhandled them. In all seriousness, their decision to put an aggro tri-lane against this anti-mage I thought was very, very well thought out. And then as soon as anti-mage didn't get a good start, they just kept pushing with Nature's Prophet and Tiny. Like, Tiny only needed the Mask of Madness to really push in that lineup. Meanwhile, anti-mage needed so much to be effective. And then it was just one or two pickoffs on the anti-mage, and they got megaed, and that was the end of the game. We'll see now. Game number 2, we already see Tiny has been banned out. Nobody wants to deal with that hero. Lone Druid getting banned out. Meanwhile, on the dire side, it is Underlord being banned out and the Vengeful Spirit. The third ban in the previous game was... I don't remember, but this time they have first pick. They are banning out the Doom, that was one thing. Oh, Venomancer is not been banned out. Venomancer, the one hero that has been replaced by Tiny in terms of bans. Is he gonna get picked here?
Radiant team pick.
And they are gonna go with Jakiro once again. It played very well in the previous game, so it's again Jakiro position 4 or 5. They seem to be, from their games that I've seen, they play both rather sacrificial supports. Like Jakiro usually more of a position 5 than a position 4.
Radiant team pick.
And there we have the Undying response. This time Radiant taking the Undying. We'll see, is Drayden gonna be able to play another hero? I do, however, think
10 seconds remaining.
they needed something on their off lane. Got very much, he was very ineffective in this previous game, and this time they go with the Night Stalker. I like this a lot more than the Omni Knight approach. Now you have Undying to do the healing that is on a support instead of on a core like with Omni Knight, and with Night Stalker you're gonna have some more aggression from your off lane. I felt like often when in the previous game it was the Omni Knight running in, wanting to play aggressive, but due to his hero having given the sacrificial lane, as well as not really having any other heroes that were able to follow up with that aggression, he wasn't really able to play. I feel like with Night Stalker you have already much more possibility for that. They respond to that, though with a Razor. Razor is gonna try to zap the damage from Night Stalker, and they're gonna ban out the Bloodseeker. Bloodseeker very good against Razor, because you rupture him, he can't walk around. And Razor likes to walk around, so smart explaining that.
Dire team ban.
There's a Conquer ban. Once again,
Radiant team ban.
I feel like the Conquer and Arc Warden ban, they banned out the Tinker in the previous game in the second phase and banned out the Conquer in the third phase. I wonder... They seem to want to limit the hero pool of Zeph here with those bans.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We'll see how this is going to work out in this game now. In the first game, I did feel like Zeph, he played well. He played very well. But if he was like, I didn't feel like he was restricted by the bans. It didn't feel like they had to pick Pangolier, and it wasn't a good Pango game. It seemed like a pretty good Pango game, and he was very good on the hero.
Dire team pick.
And there is a Zeus pick. Ooh, so already they have a lot more damage in their supports, I feel like, compared to the previous game. And they have some lockdown with the lightning bolt being a mini stun. They have Night Stalker, who when he has an axe has an AoE stun. There is the Lina response to it. Ooh, so magical damage coming out from both sides. And this does that mean it's gonna be a Jakiro 5 and Lina 4? I assume it would be. And we'll see how Radiant is going to respond to this now.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
They're dipping into their reserve time here. They are most likely going to be looking for their safe lane. They are going to go with the Wind Ranger once again. DJ Dingus feeling he was not able to portray that full potential in the previous game and does not feel it is the hero, but that it was just that one game. So he wants to go with that hero again. And I feel like it's going to be better against Lina and Razor.
10 seconds remaining.
You are a bit sad if you get drained your damage from Razor, but you have Wind Run to run away from, as well as Focus Fire. As soon as you have a Javelin, most of that damage comes from the Javelin, and then the Maelstrom procs. So I feel like it's not going to be the biggest counter to steal her damage. Of course it's not going to be good. But are you... I also think you avoid the damage from Static Link when you Wind Run, because you have 100% evasion. Would think so. That is how that works. I guess we'll see in the game. And now for Dire, they are not gonna have last pick. In previous game they had last pick, and this game they chose to have first pick, believing that that might suit them even better. So we'll see. They might pick their mid here. They might pick their safe lane, their off lane here. And it is going to be an Invoker. So we have a mid Invoker against Wind Ranger. It's gonna be a bit tough against the Night Stalker when he gets his silence onto you, but I guess Sev likes the challenge.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
One moment. And we'll see what's going to be the last bans here for Dire as well as Radiant. So Dire needs a safe laner, and so does Radiant. There's still Ursa in the pool. Ursa has really... Dire needs an off laner, not a safe laner. Razor, not off lane. So there's still an Ursa in the pool, but it feels very hard against the Razor. Weaver? Might Weaver be a pick here? And you go something like Deso Orchid or something like that. They ban out the Nature's Prophet that has been played by JD in the previous game, and he made those pushes happen. He made those pushes happen, and they took all outer towers by I think 14 minutes or so. They took all tier 1 towers between 8 and 12 minutes. Between 4 minutes you lost all 3 tier 1s, and then in the next 4 or 6 minutes you lost all tier 2s. It was very clinical. So taking that aspect away, I think that's good.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll see. Now it is gonna be
5
the
seconds
pick
remaining.
for Dire. What's gonna be their offlane? There's still a Sand King. Sand King doing rather poorly against Zeus though. Legion Commander. Legion Commander might be pretty good, holding Wind Ranger in place, holding Night Stalker in place, zapping the damage with Razor. And then he just smacks everybody after the duel has ended and you've won. Hmm, 15 more seconds. Centaur gets hammered by Wind Ranger and Zeus. Then we have Axe? No.
Radiant team picked.
They're gonna... Ooh. It's gonna be a Pudge offlane. Huh. Huh, huh, huh. Huh. What's gonna be the safe lane against
10
that?
seconds remaining.
If you pick Ursa, he's just gonna get countered by Razor so hard.
5 seconds remaining.
What do you go here for your safe lane? I feel like this last pick here by Radiant needs to do a lot. Huh. Huh. And it is going to be...
You may now select your hero.
What? What? So... Drayden still doesn't believe birds are real. So it's gonna be a safe lane Night Stalker. Safe lane Night Stalker and an off lane Clockwork. Woo! That sounds exciting, unorthodox to say the least. I mean, we've seen safe lane Night Stalker, especially TNC did that quite a bit with Gabby, I think, as their safe laner. If it's something that they've practiced, it could actually be really good. Clockwork, on the other hand, the only thing I know about that hero is he's not good right now. I feel like he still has this kind of... He has the same issues that he had in the previous patch, despite getting some buffs and getting an Aghanim Scepter. That's like somehow interesting, but not that great. Okay. We will see. Oh, I never noticed this tree. Tree looks cool. Okay. We are here. Game 2. Let's hype it up. On the Radiant side, they need to win this game to stay in this season. They need to win this game to stay as a team. They need to win this game to force us to a game number 3. It is Lava Ball on the Zeus. It is Sharps on the Clockwork. It is DJ Dingus on the Wind Ranger. And safe lane, it's no other than Thuntard on Night Stalker and Belomus on the Undying. Meanwhile, on the Dire side, it is Zev on the Invoker, it is Nart on the Lina, it is Drayden on the Jakiro, Nara, QD on the Razor, and JD on a Pudge. And they are smoking. They're smoking hot into enemy territory. Already leveled up their skills. They all know what they want. If they get a kill here. Oh, if they get this Night Stalker.
30 seconds to battle.
They see the Undying. Oh, the smoke broke and Undying. He is gonna pay the price. Night Stalker. Oh, they see the Night Stalker as well, and they are gonna switch their targets. Are they gonna get any of them? There is a slow from the dual breath. Is it gonna be enough damage? No. Night Stalker is gonna go rather low, but no first blood. They split up. Is it gonna be first blood here? Bounty being picked up by the Pudge and Lina. They are going to finish up. No. 2 more right clicks. Is there gonna be another decay? And first blood not spilled yet. They split up and couldn't get either kill. They wanted to go for both, and in the end, they got none. That's what you get for being greedy, Dire. That's what you get for it. Your majestic testicles. Let's see. This Clockwork, he started out with a Windlace. He needs boots very early on. I mean, he's gonna get some farm, but this Clockwork so far getting very good in CS. Razor only 0 and 1, and Clockwork 3 and 2. So at least that has been going for them. Of course, it's very early to tell. And there we have a dual breath on the Zeus, but nothing too spectacular happened at the moment. And this Razor is not really getting the farm I would kind of expect him to get against the Clockwork. With levels, it should change a bit. But so far, this Clockwork being allowed to stay in lane without any problem. Drayden focusing much more on the Zeus here, and they are gonna try to turn this around here. There is a Cox available, and they need it. There's another lightning bolt, and they get first blood for the Clockwork. And there's a Cox. Are they gonna get this Razor as well? There's another lightning bolt, and double kill for this Clockwork. As said, I think that hero is bad. Sharps is like, hold my beer, I'll show you. And they get 2 kills up here. Meanwhile, down bottom, this Pudge as well as the Night Stalker both getting what they want. But it is going to be up top here that we kind of have to keep our eyes, I believe. And the continuous harass from this Zeus. His clarity has not been cancelled, getting so much value out of this. And this Sharps, 7 and 5 to 7 and 2 now. Razor kind of catching up a bit. But Clockwork got 2 kills, 2-0. And so that's going good for him. Now Creep Wave coming in favor of the Clockwork here. Pull has been happening, but Dire is going to contest this and trying to take the creeps as well as the neutral creeps. There's a liquid fire onto this Clockwork, and he is going to dual breath the Zeus here. But Clockwork is going to focus on this Jakiro once again. There is the Cox and the battery assault doing so much damage. Drayden, is he gonna go down here? One more lightning bolt, and he is dead. Zeus, will he pay the price for it? There is a plasma field, and it is enough. Kill for the Razor. They get on the board 3-1. But it's another kill, or at least assist for the Clockwork, who has boots, who has blades of attack, and he is going to drop them for the Zeus to bring. So he is going to be very fast and very relatively tanky. Has 7 armor with oh, he didn't buy the chain, but he blades of attack. Well, 9 damage more. More damage. Meanwhile, down bottom, it feels like farming tool, but they are going on to this Night Stalker now. Night Stalker overextended himself and just rotted to death. And that's flesh heap stacks for the Pudge. He's gonna get tankier. Meanwhile, up top, they get the Razor once again. Zeus has to become nice sidestepping there from Lava Ball, sidestepping the dual breath, and as a result of it, will not go down. Clockwork, he has another battery assault, and he's like, hey, Drayden, didn't you not learn your lesson? You're a dragon caged. But Drayden is like, who is caged in here with me? They get the kill onto the Chikiro. Is Clockwork gonna pay the price for this? He has a pretty good regen. Is Plasma Field gonna be enough? Yes, it is. Killing spree ended for the Razor. Razor getting the kill. That laugh by Razor. That was very funny. So in terms of net worth, definitely favoring the Razor since it was a killing spree. At the same time, mid, it's just going back and forth. Pudge getting a lot of denies in his lanes. So much base damage. Up top, it is another kill attempt onto this Razor. Razor, he is gonna go down first, but so... Oh, they are doing a Delta Split and Delta splitting away. Is Drayden gonna get both of them? He got the Zeus, but didn't get the Clockwork. Now, Bounty Runes, who got how many? It is a 2-for-2 exchange. Zeus getting both top.
Radiant's bottom tower
Meanwhile, Clockwork is going down to his base to fountain up. And now Lina has joined the lane up here. This does leave the Pudge a bit exposed against the Undying, but I feel like he should be just fine.
Of the good stuff.
Zeus has an Arcane Rune. Is he gonna try to make a play here mid? No. That was a Rocket Flare just to scout out this mid lane. Zeus already has Arcane Boots very early on. He is doing very fine so far. Zeus now back top. He put down a sentry ward. And they are leashing the Zeus, but there's nice cogs to keep the Razor away and sidestepping out to get to dodge the LSA. Didn't think about that. LSA pretty good against the cogs. Razor is now ahead in terms of levels. And close to level 6 now. Clockwork 3 points in battery assault, and Chikiro has been found. If he gets cogs, there's a nice 2 heroes done by the Lina, and Chikiro is gonna go down here. He can't do anything. He loses his courier as well. They are now turning their attention to the Razor. Another stun by the Lina. Is there gonna be a hook? Nice hook onto this Night Stalker. Do they have enough damage? Plasma Field is gonna be enough. There is a cogs. They are getting pushed back, and Clockwork, he is rather speedy, and another mini bolt, lightning bolt to stop the pursuit on the Clockwork. So it was a 2-for-1 exchange. Why did it show that? Did Razor not go down? No, Razor didn't go. Oh, they find the Pudge here, and they cog him in. And Invoker trying to make a play here. Is there going to be a tornado to save him? No. They're trying to turn this around on this Zeus here. There, Vindrian should coming in now 2 hero shackle and the tombstone. They get the Invoker, and Lina is gonna get pushed back and gonna get killed by the DK from the Undying. Nice rotations there by Radiant, not losing a single hero. They said, we need to win this game. I guess we step up our game. Now I know why people don't hire me for brand marketing. That was terrible. Down bottom, Clockwork. Are they gonna make a move onto this Pudge once again? Clockwork, he has cogs, he has battery assault, and Pudge has been caged. There is Dark Ascension being popped, and Pudge is down. No TP can save you there. Meanwhile, they lose the Zeus up top. Dive there from the Razor, and there's a TP. Night Stalker wants to come in. He still has Dark Ascension up. There is a Void onto the Razor, dodging off the ice path, and Night Stalker, he is gonna chasing too far. He is getting pincered. Does he have enough vision? No, he's gonna go down so close. 20 HP on the Razor. Power shot is going to miss. There's the focus fire onto the Invoker. Invoker is gonna ghost walk away, and now they're turning this around on the Wind Ranger. They find the sentry ward, and Wind Ranger is going to be fine.
Dire's middle tower
20 HP on this Razor, and Night Stalker did go down. We are seeing now there's a contest for these outposts as well as the bounty runes. And in terms of net worth, it is Dire being ahead, but Radiant, they are right up there with them. Right up there with them. It's a less than 1k lead. They're getting this top. They're getting both outputs, but Radiant wants to fight this. I heard a hookshot getting blocked by the Zeus here. There is a Cox, and they want to get the Lina at least. There's a static link on the Zeus. Zeus getting very low, and he is going to go down, but they get the Razor in the end. And in terms of bounty runes, it is a 1-for-1. 2-for-1 for Dire, it looks like. And that Raiden, he has been in the wrong part of town. The dragon has been slain. Sharp's doing very good so far on this Clockwork. Nearly finished the blade mail. And he has finished his face boots. There is a Zeus ultimate. And Invoker going down Wind Ranger with Javelin. Finishing up the Invoker. Invoker has an Urn of Shadows and is going to go into Midas next. Not going to go for Quas-Wex. Actually, his build is Quas-Wex. Wouldn't you normally go into Spirit Vessel? And meanwhile, this Pudge... What does he have on his courier? He has an urn as well. So they have 2 urns now on this side of Dire. Razor finished now this drums. And Radiant wants to push this, but there are 3 heroes here from Dire. Tornado catching out the Zeus. And there's a static link. Is there gonna be a Cox to stop him? They cock the Razor, and there's a stun onto the Clockwork and the Laguna Blade, and they get the Razor, and Clockwork is going to live on 20 HP. The Tombstone making it unable to chase for Dire. So they get away with murder. Clockwork pretty much finished now on the blade mail. There is a Dark Ascension being popped, and he is gonna chase the dragon once again, sidestepping the ice path, not sidestepping the fire because he doesn't care about the fire. But there's Invoker now, Tornado and EMP onto this Night Stalker. Pudge is here as well. There's a Zeus ultimate. Dismember on this Night Stalker. There's a hook shot in. Lina doesn't have any mana to cast her spells. Meanwhile, Invoker does step on the outside and is fine so far. Clockwork did go down. Now Wind Ranger has arrived. She is going to turn her attention to the Razor. Razor going down. Can't really avoid the damage from the focus fire. It is going to go down. But now DJ Dingus, has he overextended? Yes, he has. And it is a 3-for-3 trade. Who has gotten the take? Who has gotten the better end of that fight? By 3 gold, it was Radiant. But by 1,200 experience, it was Dire. Those 3 gold, those matter. Meanwhile, Clockwork found himself another dragon. He doesn't even attack him, he's just like, I'll see you. Oh, nice styling there on 2 trade. Like, just, I don't even need to attack you. You can't do anything. This Clockwork, he has been doing work. He is actually going to go for an axe next. Very interested to see how this is going to work out. Meanwhile, Night Stalker also going to go for an axe. He has his face boots. Night Stalker doing not as good as I had expected. Meanwhile, this Zeus is doing fantastic. He has an Aether Lens finished. Holy shit. Doing better than the mid. What? What is happening in this game? There is a Zeus ultimate to scout out, as well as putting some damage onto this Razor, and he is gonna get the kill with Clockwork here, and Pudge, he knows he can't dismember the Clockwork while he has Battery Assault up. Are they gonna get the Zeus here? Zeus is worth a lot of gold. There is the dismember onto the Zeus, and Zeus is dead. And nice 2-hero Ice Path onto the Clockwork and the Undying, and Clockwork already dead. Undying gonna go down as well. And Invoker turning this around now. They lost their Razor, but they got 3 heroes in return. They are not sad about that.
Top tower is under attack.
Zev decided now to go for a Spirit Vessel, and the Pudge is gonna go for a Hood of Defiance he already has, and a Pipe now. I'm getting some lag here, I apologize. And we see the Dark Ascension being popped by the Night Stalker, but Razor is just gonna go retreat. He has drums now. And Night Stalker, he needs to keep up with his farm. He needs that Aghanim Scepter. Trusty Shovel been found on Clockwork, trying to make a play here. Gets him coxed in, and nice hook there to save the Lina, but still gets him in the end. There's a hook shot. Oh, they're trying to turn this around. Hook shot onto the Invoker, and Invoker, is he gonna go down? Focus fire, too much damage. And the Pudge is just going to TP out. They lost their Invoker here. Invoker was their most farmed hero. Drayden, he is still here. He's gonna want to de-push this lane now. But Clockwork is like, I can slay that dragon. Come to me. There's an Ice Path into a Dual Breath, and that's even more damage over time. He could activate Blade Mail to hurt you. Yeah, he hurts you. But Clockwork is fine. Got a bit low. Vampire Fang found by the Night Stalker. That's so good. Even more night vision. And give that man a gem, and he sees it from your base into the enemy base. Outposts now. Radiant Dire wants to get back control of at least one outpost for this 20-minute mark. So far, this game being much more even than the previous one. At this point, tier 1s on the for the Radiant team had all fallen. And there's a power shot to clear out the creep wave, and they see the TP in with the Invoker here, pet here. There is a Zeus ultimate, and a Clockwork is hookshotting in onto this Invoker. Invoker has a Force Staff to get himself out, but they get Lina, they get Jakiro. Invoker trying to turn this around now on this Clockwork. Hook is going to miss. There is a Ghost Walk, but the Flare is going to be enough damage. Nice play from the Clockwork here, and they are going to push further onto this Pudge. Pudge is a very tanky boy, but against 5 heroes, he cannot be tanky enough. Or can he? Can he get the kill onto this Clockwork? No, he can't. And it is 4 heroes down. Radiant responding in force here. And they don't wanna get knocked out 2-0. They wanna fight for their tournament lives and force us to a game 3. We don't know that yet. Only a tier 1 has fallen, but I got myself carried away a little bit. Zeus is getting closer now to his Force Staff. That's gonna help a lot. The enemy has 4 steps now, so you need 4 steps as well. Razor has a Yasha finish going into a Sanj next. Invoker has his own Force Staff. Jakiro wants a Force Staff. Pudge has a Trust Shuffle as well as a Pipe of Insight. Meanwhile, Lina also wants a Force Staff. Force Staff Gaming is the name of the game. Night Stalker, he has his Ironwood Tree, which gives him some good stats. And needs 2,000 more gold for his Aghanim Scepter. Meanwhile, the Undying is going to go for a Glimmer Cape. The Wind Ranger has finished her. Maelstrom has a Growth Bow, which is really nice. And then Ogre Axe is going to go into a BKB Clockwork. It's getting closer to his Aghanim Scepter.
Incoming!
And there was a Keen Optic here that was not picked up. Whose is it?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
It is Dire's. So Radiant might be able to sneak an item here. Oh, they see the Jakiro. The dragon has been slain once again. Oh, Force Staff by the Jakiro. Is he going to be fine? Ice Path is going to be sidestepped. And he's going to be fine. Well played there. Oh, they see this item now. They say, hey, there's been a clean optic. Dire just wants to push this bottom tower here now. But Radiant wants to defend this. They are TPing in now. They see the Zeus Vistiv's ward here. And they want to defend this tier 1 once again. This was again the place where they got 4 heroes of the Dire side killed. Are they going to be able to repeat that? Let's see. There's a TP out from the Razor. Meanwhile, there was a TP in from the Night Stalker down bottom here. There is a hook shot forward onto the Lina, and he wants Jakiro. Jakiro is going to force stuff himself onto the cliff, but Night Stalker is still going to continue to chase after him. Lina is going to go down, and Jakiro falling to the Wind Ranger power shot. Ugh. But they only lost the tour supports. Nice TP out by the Pudge. So another good fight there for Radiant. In terms of net worth, we are still very even, but Radiant were the only team that had outposts now, and so it was only their team that got experience now at the 20-minute mark. And in terms of bounty runes, Pudge was able to steal one away, and so far that was the only one that has been picked up. Now Undying has picked one up, and they are going for this Razor here. There's a tornado from the Invoker. He's going to try to turn this around. Zeus is getting low. Zeus throwing out his ultimate. Lina is already dead. Zeus, one more click and he is dead. Meanwhile, Pudge, he makes short work of this robot man, and the robot man has been fallen. Flesh is stronger than a robot. Confirmed now.
Flesh sustains, gold remains.
And that has been very interesting. We see Golden experience neck and neck in this game so far. But Nightstalker, he is getting very close to his Agnum Scepter. 150 gold. Meanwhile, Clockwork, he has a bit of ways to go. Invoker has finished the Spirit Vessel. Is going to go for a BKB now. Pudge is going to go for his Force Staff. Razor has finished the Sunshine. Yasha has a Philosopher's Stone. I would maybe advise to give that to Jakiro also. Up top, are they going to get this kill on this Pudge here? Wind Ranger is here. Wind Ranger getting very close to her BKB. Apologies. And there is a battery assault. Clumsy net to keep it in place into an LSA and the EMP. Ghost Walk to get away. Are they going to get all out here? Void onto this Pudge. But Pudge is the tankiest target of them all. You can't focus on him. And this is Dark Ascension used now. There's a hook. Hook is going to miss. They know, they assume that there's a... Axe has been delivered for this Night Stalker now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
And now it's daytime. There's no Dark Ascension. There's no better time to fight for Dire than now. If they also have their items right about now. They are gonna try to take back this outpost, and it will be both in control of Dire then. Lavar Ball on the Zeus has finished now the Force Staff. Undying has finished his Glimmer Cape. He's happy. Hey, I can make people invisible. Dire is going to push now this tier 1 here. Does Radiant want to defend this? They have 3 heroes here, but Dire has 4. Flare to keep out, to push out the wave. There is a glyph. They see the Pudge here with the wards. And JD seems to be waking up to it like, hey guys, they might have wards here.
Do it with flair.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And the Invoker animal is going to push this tower, but the Forge Spirit, the Invoker's Forge Spirit is going to push this tower. Completely forgot what that name was. Just call it Invoker's animal. His little pet. Invoker has now his Ogre Axe for A BKB.
Radiant's middle tower
Is there gonna
is
be a
under
smoke up?
attack.
There is a trusty shovel now for the Lina. Lina is going to put that to good use. There is a smoke up by the Radiant. And they flare up the
Radiant's top
jungle.
tower is under attack.
They don't see him here. Is Zeus gonna use his ultimate? They see now this Jakiro, and they are gonna walk high ground. They see the Lina, and there's a hook shot forward onto the Lina. Cogs backwards, and she is dead. And there's a Dark Ascension used. Are they gonna get out of here? And there's a 4-staff forward, and Jakiro, is he gonna get away here? No, he won't. Double kill for the Night Stalker. He's gonna go into a blink next, and Drain is like, hey, they smoked. We wanna do that? There's now the focus fire on this tier 2 mid. And it is a 1k lead for Radiant. That is not a lot. Razor found a craggy
Dire's
coat,
middle tower has fallen.
which is not bad actually. Maybe not for him, but maybe Invoker? Something like that. Where is it? I lost it now. I lost. Oh, Pudge has it. Okay. Actually, for Pudge, holy shit. He has so much. 2,500 health, 13 flesh heap stacks. Infinite scaling for this Dire lineup with their Pudge. Now, outposts have been taken back by Radiant on this top side. Meanwhile, down bottom, Clockwork could take his. He is getting very close to his Aghanim Scepter. He has hit level 15, decided not to go for a talent. 5 plus. Still deciding which one he wants. I do think the battery assault damage is really good. It's more than one additional level. Spider legs. Oof. That's a really good item. Spider legs on Razor. Are they going to smoke up here? There is a hook. Hook onto the Zeus. Into a dismember. Soul Rip not gonna be enough. Goodbye, Zeus. The god has been slain. And a nice play there from the Pudge. Titan Sliver found. And a craggy coat. So both teams now having craggy coats.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a smoke up by the Clockwork. He has a DD. Does he want to hook shot onto this Pudge? Pudge has a 4-staff. He is going to get out of here. And there is still the battery assault damage and the focus fire. Pudge is very tanky. His team is not going to be here in time. He is going to go down. Mega kill streak for this Night Stalker now. Who has his blink. He is going to go forward. And he... Clumsy net being used by the Lina to keep the Night Stalker in check. Now outposts are being both controlled by the Dire again. Radiant has a 2k lead now. And what Windranger has her BKB is gonna go for her axe next. Every core of them wants just axe. Clockwork has his overclocking now. Oh, there's this. It just looks so scary. Especially on fast heroes. Very interested to see what this Clockwork is going to do with his Aghanim Scepter.
Rock it on.
Radiant taking back this outpost. Is Dire going to fight this? They have 4 heroes here. It looks like they want to. There was a TP in from the Razor. Razor activating his BKB. He's draining the damage off the Windranger. Windranger using her BKB. Hookshot, completely weird animation there. But there's a Cox onto 2 heroes. And there is more than enough damage. Or is there? Clockwork is gonna go down now. Meanwhile, Night Stalker pushing away the the Razor. Razor is gonna try to turn this around now. Night Stalker getting low, Spirit Vesseled up. The Tornado hit him. Wind Ranger also getting very low. This is a good fight for Dire. They find the Wind Ranger, they find the Night Stalker, they found the Clockwork. All 3 cores down on the side of Radiant. And what a fight for Dire. Holy shit. Razor just taking all the attention with his BKB and just making so much space for the Pudge, for the Invoker, for the Lina, for the Jakiro to just hammer out the damage. And they are pushing now this tier 2 here. We are 30 minutes in, it's only a 1k lead. That's not a lot. It's not a lot, it's very small actually. But this was the first real team fight of the last 5 minutes or so. There's a TP in from the Clockwork. Clockwork has his overclocking. There's the Zeus ultimate and the hook shot onto the Lina. Lina is gonna go down here. Blade Mail activated in case she wanted to attack the Clockwork. Now, outposts. Both teams had an outpost, and Pudge got 1 bounty rune here. And Invoker not gonna go for this one despite being invisible. But Pudge is getting this one, so it is a 3-for-1 exchange for Dire, putting their advantage even a bit further. Razor going for a Butterfly next, has found a repair kit. Jakiro has found an Invis rune. Meanwhile, Undying has gotten his craggy coat that fits to him. Wind Ranger going for an MKB next. MKB is going to counteract this Butterfly when Razor wants to go for it. Very much so. Night Stalker has that Titan Sliver. That made him very, very tanky. Now, Wind Ranger has finished her Aghanim Scepter, has now 2 Wind Run charges. That should definitely help her survivability. In terms of levels, only Razor has hit level 20 yet. The game has definitely slowed down a bit in terms of levels with since the outpost got changed. Flare forward. And they did try to make a play onto this Night Stalker, but he did activate his Dark Ascension and just flew away. He is 700 gold away from his BKB.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
The lead now is still around like 1 to 2k. You see, that was that one team fight down in the bottom shrine. Bottom outpost. There is a hookshot onto this Jakiro. Jakiro has a Glimmer Cape, but that Battery Assault still hits that. There is a Dust. And the Ice Path not going to land. There's an Overclocking activated. And another Cogs onto this Razor. Razor is going to Static Link him. And he... Clockwork just stunned himself for 4 seconds with that Overclocking. And he is going to go down. A lot of damage stolen by the Razor. But there is now the... Wind Ranger, and she's gonna make short work of the Razor. Overall, a BKB activated for Invoker as well. There is Dust, but not gonna be in time for the Ghost Walk. So very good pick off there for the Radiant. But you have to be careful with this overclocking. Taking like when Razor sees this, he can just static link you, and then when you're stunned for 4 seconds, he steals so much damage. Invoker is gonna go for his Aghanim Scepter next. Pudge has a Lotus Orb to reflect some spells, as well as Purge. He's gonna try to take back this outpost here. Meanwhile, Radiant is gonna take up top, so they just swap outposts. They're like, hey, you can have that one, I can have this one. Okay, gotcha. Clockwork going now for a BKB. And it looks like Radiant wants to push this. They're very close to the BKB on Night Stalker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
This Zeus has Boots of Travels now, and this 2000 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter. Nimbus can be very, very potent in this game. Razor is gonna go into the trees here. He has a BKB. Do they want to fight this tier 2 here? Focus Fire is available. They find the Razor here. Is there gonna be a hookshot? There it is. They hit the Razor. 4 staff forward, another 4 staff, and they are away. They find the Ice Path onto the Clockwork, but the stun from the Void by Night Stalker, making it impossible to chase that further. And Radiant gets the tower, so back into advantage for Radiant here. It is nighttime as soon as 35-minute hits, so... And in terms of bounty runes, we'll see. Radiant gets the one down bottom here. And it looks like it will be a 2-for-2 exchange. Yeah, it will be a 2-for-2 exchange. So no advantage for any. Razor, he's gonna see if he wants to go for a BKB or a Satanic or an MKB. Actually, MKB against the Wind Ranger, against the Wind Run. Is there gonna be another smoke? There has been found an Orb of Destruction by Night Stalker. I just heard the Sunstrike. They're checking out the Roshan pit with his small little Santa head. Clockwork taking back this outpost here now. Both outposts in control of the Radiant. And there is a tornado catching out the Clockwork, but not much to follow there. In terms of neutral items, we see the Radiant has found all 3 of them, as well as there we heard a hookshot going in onto the Invoker with the overclocking. Is he gonna get the damage here? BKB activated by Invoker. There is gonna be a self stun here. Shackle shot is not going to land. They get the purge, but Clockwork, he is in the enemy base and he's gonna pay the price for this. He is gonna go down. He forced out the BKB from Invoker with the overclocking, knowing that, hey, if I do that, he has to use BKB or he will die. Of course, he would have preferred if Invoker would have just died. But it is a 1-for-1 exchange. 1-for-1 exchange. Both teams losing their position 3s, so very even trade here. And both teams have found their tier 3 items. So we're waiting for the 40-minute mark for tier 4 items to come up now. There has been a meatball on the creep wave. Hero has now a Glimmer Cape. It's gonna go into Mech and Guardian Greaves for the team aura. And Razor has decided he wants to go for a Satanic. Meanwhile, Night Stalker, he's gonna go for an Assault Cuirass. Has the Hyperstone already. Wind Ranger has her MKB, so that rendered the Butterfly pretty useless for Razor. Zeus has finished his Aghanim Scepter, so Nimbus is now online. There is a smoke up by Dire. There's nobody here down bottom. But the Clockwork is TPing in. There's been a Zeus ultimate and they've been here. Oh, do they find the Clockwork here? Ice Path not going to hit. But there they see the Clockwork. Is there gonna be a hook? They stop the TP. There's a TP in. No, the TPs are cancelled. So Clockwork is on his own. Night Stalker is here. Spirit Vessel has been used. There's a tornado into LSA and Clockwork is gonna go down. Nimbus is used as well. So pick off successful for the Dire. Are they gonna be able to turn this into a push? There's no buyback for Clockwork.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And Traden just found a bounty room. Casual, 110 gold for everybody. And it is a 1k lead now for Dire. They're trying to get this tier 2 here. Nice Nimbus, but they are just gonna walk away from this. Wind Ranger is gonna wind run forward. There's a shackle shot not going to land. Void as well as silence for staff forward for the Pudge. Pudge is gonna get Glimmer Cape and is gonna try to TP away. But Lightning Bolt is going to stop that, and Pudge is gonna go down. Is this gonna be the only casualty? It kinda looks like it. 4 staff forward for the Wind Ranger. He sees the dragon, and the dragon has been shackled. There is a tornado, but dragon is still shackled, and he is dead. Dragon is dead. There is an ice wall to stop any further pursuit. But Razor, is he gonna get caught out here? There is a Nimbus. Invoker is ready. Are they gonna turn this around? There's a Spirit Vessel on the Wind Ranger, and Wind Ranger is gonna wind run away.
Sustains, gold remains.
Didn't have Tornado to purge off the wind run. Nice little play there by Dire, trying to go for a bait there with the Razor. Wind Ranger going for an Orchid into, it looks like, Bloodthorn next. That's an Arcane Rune. Are they gonna try to go Roche? They have Focus Fire and Wind Run. I mean, with Arcane Rune you just have infinite Wind Run, right? Yeah, you do. Oh, well, he doesn't even tank it. It's Nightstalker tanking it for some reason. This did get scouted out, and there is an Ice Path. Nimbus has been used. Also Macropyre being laid into the pit. And Roshan is very low here. Drayden is in the pit now. He's like, Roshan, don't hit me. There is Dark Ascension being popped. There is a nice hook shot in from the Clockwork, and they are getting the Invoker as well as the Jakiro. Now the BKB activated by the Nightstalker. Nightstalker making pursuit onto this Razor. Razor is gonna force stuff himself away, and he has a Satanic. There is a shackle shot, and he is stunned, and he is gonna go down. 3 heroes dead, 4 heroes dead for the Dire side, and it is Radiant taking this fight. Who got the Aegis in this chaos? It was the Clockwork. They are just gonna go high ground. There is no buyback on this Invoke. They smoked up. There is Focus Fire available for the Wind Ranger. There's no Macropyre till now. There is Macropyre now being laid down to take care of any creeps. But they are getting real. They get the Nightstalker. There's hookshot forward, and Clockwork, he has an Aegis, but he might pay the price. There's a Nimbus. They also want to go onto this onto Drayden, and Dragon is gonna go down here. Buyback from the Lina. Clumsy Net being used onto the Wind Ranger. There is overclocking being used. There's a buyback from the Pudge. He gets the Aegis onto the Clockwork. And they are focusing on the Tombstone now. BKB activated by Clockwork. Clockwork is gonna try to... Oh, he's gonna hookshot forward. Is he gonna get this Lina? Lina did buy back. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is focusing on the towers. And Blade Mail activated. He really wants this Lina. And Clumsy Net not gonna be enough. Nimbus gets the kill. It did cost him a tier 3, but no further structural damage. Are they gonna get this Clockwork here? Spirit Vessel. Oh, he has to be careful. It has been latched onto a creep and 4 staff forward. Lotus Orb not gonna be enough. And they get the Invoker for the price of the Clockwork. He has a buyback now, and it is a 2 versus 3 fight.
Tell me someone saw that.
What a fight was that! Again, in terms of structural damage, it wasn't that much, but in terms of buybacks, it was. 3 buybacks being forced out of the Dire side. That's why we have a 9k lead now for the Radiant.
Double damage.
And in terms of this season, in terms of neutral items, Minotaur Horn has just been found by the Zeus. So Minotaur Horn is available on both teams. They also have a Princess Knife. Actually, both teams getting Princess Knives, but only Radiant has Minotaur Horn. There's an invisibility rune for the Night Stalker. And Wind Ranger, she is level 26 now. She didn't go for the Wind Run grants invisibility. F. Montana. Interesting. Interesting all chat happening here. Drayden is just going to TP away when he sees that Nimbus. Scared of anything coming here. But Razor has the Princess Knives, has the MKB, has a Satanic. Also going for an Axe next. What? Is Axe still the same? Oh, 2 different units.
Every coin helps.
That's very good. Now, in terms of bounty runes, it is 4 bounty runes for this Radiant side, making it a 13k lead. Oh, Wind Ranger, she sees the punch here. Oh, it's gonna Wind Run away from the hook. Invoker is gonna make a wheel forward. Not gonna find anybody though. Clockwork has Princess Knives as well.
Incoming!
There has a Zeus ult been used and they see that they are here. They know that Dire is up here. They also know that there's a ward here, apparently, thanks to the Zeus ult vision. With True Sight. They are getting pinned. There's Dark Ascension and he is gonna go straight onto this Invoker. Invoker has to use BKB and it's gonna go to walk away. But there's a hook shot onto this Invoker. BKBs used by the Clockwork as well. And but Invoker already going down. He has buyback and he is going to use it immediately. There is overclocking stun onto this Clockwork and Clockwork is gonna go down here. Razor is getting low. Is he gonna get away here? Hex onto the Night Stalker and he's gonna Satanic himself way up. No, he is gonna go down. He doesn't have buyback. Pudge is gonna getting low. And is he gonna go down here as well? Nimbus onto this Invoker. Invoker, he has a radial, what is it called? Deafening Blast, but is it gonna be enough? They are gonna dive the fountain and godlike for the Wind Ranger. Razor, and they're gonna call it. GG, well played. We are going to a game number 3. Well played by the team. This Clockwork looked actually really good. Congrats. Congrats. That was really impressive.